A woman drifted at sea for 3 days and 3 nights with her newborn baby. Their only shelter was a sinking shipping container. She casually threw the baby's diaper into the sea, which quickly attracted the attention of some fish. "Over here, we're here, come on." She quickly made a makeshift fishing tool. But catching fish was not as easy as she thought. Just when she was desperate, she suddenly saw a plane in the sky. Excited, she quickly ran back to the shipping container to find a piece of glass. However, she accidentally cut her thigh when she returned. Ignoring the pain, she quickly stood up and called for help. Unfortunately, the plane was too far away and the people on board couldn't see her. To prevent the wound from getting infected, she disinfected it with strong alcohol and then stitched it up with headphone wire. The excruciating pain almost made her faint. In order to catch fish for nutrition, she wove a makeshift fishing net with the headphone wire and put it into the sea using a diaper as bait. Then she quietly waited for the fish to take the bait. After waiting for a few minutes, a fish fell into the trap. Finally, she had a satisfying meal. Days passed and she had stored a lot of food. In order to escape the danger as soon as possible, she wrote hundreds of help notes and put them one by one into plastic boxes. Then she threw all the boxes into the sea, hoping that someone would find them soon. She regularly used a pipe to drain the water. Otherwise, once the water filled up, would catch a cold. She put strong alcohol in a thermos cup and lit it on fire to keep the baby warm. Since her phone screen was damaged and she couldn't unlock it, she could only wait for her husband to call. But that night, her husband suddenly told her the bad news that he had been shot and was in critical condition, and he might not be able to save her. She cried and asked the woman to stay strong. The woman was very sad after hearing this, but she didn't complain. Instead, she told her husband about giving birth to the baby and let him say some comforting words to the baby. Then the phone ran out of battery, and the two of them completely lost contact. A few days later, the water level had risen to its highest point. She had to prepare for the worst. She made a small wooden raft with boards and plastic boxes, so that if the shipping container sank, they could still drift for a while with the help of the raft. Soon, the appearance of a seagull gave her hope, because wherever there were seagulls, it meant they were not too far from land. But the good times didn't last long. At night, the seal bridge used to block the leak suddenly fell off, and seawater flowed into the shipping container at an extremely fast speed. She wanted to retrieve the stored food, but was entangled by a rope. Helplessly, she had to dive underwater and cut the rope. After a lot of effort, she finally escaped, but when she surfaced, the baby had already drifted away. She shouted loudly on the sea, but unexpectedly attracted the attention of a goldfish. The goldfish deliberately sprinkled water on the baby, causing the baby to cry. The woman found the baby's location because of this. She quickly swam over. Fortunately, the baby was unharmed. The goldfish then left. They drifted on the sea for the whole night. The woman knew she had done her best. She held the baby's hand and said some reluctant words. Seeing seagulls appearing, she took out the fish from the box, which quickly attracted a group of seagulls. Coincidentally, a fishing boat passed by. They noticed the unusual behavior of the seagulls and quickly approached. Then they rescued the baby onto the fishing boat. Following the rope, they found the woman, but she was already in critical condition. Fortunately, the kind fisherman did not give up and eventually saved the woman. It is hard to imagine that a woman drifted at sea for a whole month and managed to survive with her baby through sheer determination. We must admire the power of a mother's love.